I'm Nikki.
I'm Erica.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Jared.
So everybody knows Winegars. Homemade ice cream and coffee.
So we did a bunch of events this quarter, but before we did all of our events, we wanted to increase our social media presence, or Winegars did. So we did an event, we tabled for 2 weeks, and we had a competition where if you liked us on Facebook or followed us on Twitter, you were entered to win a $10 gift card. And so we're trying to get more people following us so that when we did our events and posted on social media, more people would see it and more people would come and be interested.
We got a lot of people to like our page, and a lot. We just gave those kids free candy one day. They didn't have social media. Alright, so we were given 2 objectives for the quarter. One was to get the word out that Winegars sells ice cream on the west side. So we had to come up with a plan of how we would tell people that. And so we thought the best idea would be to throw an event on campus, because that's when most students are passing through and will notice us. And then our second objective was to have an end of the year bash for the seniors. Corey wanted us to kind of have one last special memory and moment with Winegars. So we had to come up with a location that we would do that at and what we were going to do. So our first event was bringing the best to the west, and this was getting the word out about Winegars ice cream on the west side. So we decided we wanted to throw it on the Backsburg patio because that's where the majority of students are passing through throughout the day, and we did it from 10 to 1 just because that's the best time. And the outcome we wanted for this event was to pass out flyers of all 60 locations so people could take it home and know, because nobody knows that Winegars is on the west side anywhere. So we just got the word out, and then we wanted to target central students, but also people that live in town. If ever they're traveling around Washington, they could see it. And how we promoted was we tabled like a month before the event, and then we do like 2 or 3 times a week, adding up to like 5 hours. And then we went to a dollar scoop night, which is the next one. We went to dollar scoop night, which is where we passed out our Bringing the Best to the West flyers, and we just put them down on tables and had people passing them out, the workers passing them out through the drive-thru. There's Erica, happy. So we don't run the social media pages, but we did come up with our what we would say. So we send those in to Micah, and he posted them, and they got pretty good likes. This was a Twitter post, and then that's a Facebook post, which got the word out because not that many people follow us, but a lot of people follow Winegars, so it helped.
So what we did for our event is we drew out an outline of Washington State, and then we highlighted major cities, and then we asked students to place a sticker where they would like to see Winegars. After that, they would come to our table, write down their name and number, and get entered to win a chance to get a gift card. And then we handed out the locations of Winegars wholesale ice cream, and then we also handed out contest rules for our May contest, where they would go to the west side, buy a pint of ice cream from one of the locations, take a picture with that, post it on Facebook, tag Winegars in #FindWinegars. Unfortunately for our Find Winegars contest, we didn't have many people go home for the west side because it was only for the month of May, so we were thinking maybe having it like a year-long contest. That way when people go home when they go home, they can do that. And then this is the outcome of our event. We had a lot of the stickers placed on the west side, so students were happy to find out that they can get Winegars ice cream there. And we had over 150 participants as well.
So the next event we did is we were thinking about what could we do for a fun bash for the seniors, and it would be out in the actual sun. So since the weather all of a sudden got really hot, we ended up going with June 3rd, and we went on Cary Lake, but better known to the students as People Pond, and decided to bring out the Winegars gear and have a little event for everyone to come out there and see that. So what do we want to gain from that? Is we want to get people that have their last association with Winegars a fun, positive, in the sun, knowing that, oh hey, Winegars is actually sold on the west side, so you don't have to leave the hometown Ellensburg ice cream here in Ellensburg. You can get it on the west side at your big boy jobs. So the next thing is, what do we want to gain from this? even more so is the fact that we wanted people to actually come and try some of the extreme bowls that we offer. So we made a little contest for people to come and taste the extreme bowl that we had. Didn't tell them what was in it. It had 4 flavors, and each person got 4 guesses to try to guess it. For each time that you actually achieved a right guess, you got a prize. We got them donated from Winegars, which is donated from Monster, because we purchased so much Monster, they hook it up with free gifts. So then the next thing is, how do we promote? So next slide. We promoted by lots of tweets and Facebooks. Not only did we promote nonstop on all of our social media accounts, but we also were sending in tweets to Micah, and he was awesome and wonderful and posted on them when the best time was, because he's just a guru when it comes to that. For the future, what we learned from this awesome event was that we held it from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and we got a little bit more action from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So for the future, we would just advise to go a little bit later for an event out there. And otherwise, it was a huge success for us, and we have some pictures to show that.
So this is a picture from People's Pond in the event we did. As you can see, we brought out the tent and we had a table set up. These were some of the prizes you could win. If you guessed 1 of the 4 flavors correctly, you got a sticker. If you guessed 2, you got a keychain. If you guessed 3, we had a couple people manage to do that. You got a free t-shirt, and if you guessed all 4, which I think only happened once, you got a free hat. And you got all 4 of the prizes, or as many as you. So you got keep all the prizes. And you can't see, it's right off to the left of the picture. Oh, here it is. We had cornhole set up. We had a football we were throwing around. We had everybody that was at the pond, which there wasn't a ton of people, like Garrett was saying. If it would have been a little bit later, tons more people. But everybody that was there came to the event. Everybody participated. It was super fun. People were super excited to see us out there. And a lot of people said they really liked the Extreme Bowl that we had, and it's good because that's one that Winegars actually offers. So they were going to go and actually have that Extreme Bowl for future references.
Perfect. So the recommendations that we have for the next team taking over in the fall is doing an ice cream eating contest closer to the beginning, because obviously this summer is going to be a hot one. Not only doing an ice cream eating contest, but then specifically targeting those students that are just coming in new as freshmen and those who are transfer students, so that they realize, what is Winegars, what do we sell, and all that kind of stuff. The next thing also is having a dorm versus dorm ice cream eating contest. So that way the most people from a single dorm that can finish a quart of ice cream in the fastest time will then win and then be champions until we hold another one. Just trying to get the freshmen in and involved a little bit more with Winegars. The next thing that we would do is also continue on improving their wonderful social media that they have set up already. Luckily, Winegars not only had agency helping out, but they had an awesome intern who set up a wonderful website that is currently going on right now. We'd also have them add a Snapchat, having an ice cream eating filter for when we do actually do those competitions. I'm sure a lot of people could have a lot of fun with that. And then continue on their Instagram by updating a little bit more weekly, taking pictures of how crazy it actually gets on a Dollar Scoop night, or how crazy it is on a Therapy Thursday, and just letting people know, get an idea of, whoa, this is kind of popping. I should go check this out. What is this place? Or no, I don't want to come on that point. I'm going to come earlier or later. And then we have the future. Where are we all going to go next?
So I am going to be the SAS for the fall quarter, and have Garrett be the AE and kind of help me out with that. This is my second quarter doing Winegars, and I really like the group, because I feel like every quarter, it doesn't matter if we're given 1 task or 5, like we always come out with a bunch of events that we are able to throw on. And yeah, I think it just puts a good name out for Winegars, and we have a lot of fun doing it.
As Nikki said, I'll be the AE for the fall and hopefully take over SAS leader in the wintertime. The next thing that I learned was basically how to set up the events, and if you set it up all at the beginning as an outline, it makes life so much easier as you go through the whole campaign. You already know what you're going to do. You just have to set up the promotions and how to do it more effectively each time for each event.
This is my first quarter in agency, so I didn't really know what to expect, but it was really fun, and it was great to get this experience. I will be in SAS for fall, and not sure which client yet, but we'll figure that out.
So I'm going to stay as an AE because I really love the Winegars team, and I love Winegars, so I wanted to stay on this team. And with Garrett being the AE and Nikki being the SAS, I figured I might as well stay the AE, and maybe when he becomes the SAS, I could be the AE for him.
Thank you.